time to take a look at the recent Q4Q charity run from Johannesburg to Durban for quads and off-road motorcycles. And then, when they get to Durban, turn around and come back to Johannesburg. Glenn Foley, the organizer of this event.
Give them a hand, please, guys. They have provided the lunch today. They've provided the bright packs for the dinner, and you don't know how much other stuff they've done. In terms of social responsibility, they've donated soccer balls to the communities we're going to ride through, and all sorts of things. And without a corporate like you guys, we cannot do this. It's a hell of a thing. Thank you very, very much, guys. Thank you. To the guys from MAN Trucks, George is over there. Where are the guys from MAN? They're around. Thank you, guys. I think they put lots of money into the event. They've sponsored the trucks. They do an amazing amount of work. I'm going to forget everybody as we go along. 2 things to remember today. Number 1, leave a dust gap. This is not a race. Don't get lost because you're riding in some oak's dust. Don't crash into a fence because you're riding in someone's dust. Please, please take it easy. Number 2, when you're riding on the district roads and things, and even the railway lines, guys, we can't clear the whole trail just for us. There's taxis and buckies and all sorts. Relax, keep left, take it easy. It's not a race. All right. I'd like to introduce you all to Ari Cerilis. He's the man from the Quad Para Association. He's the guy who inspired us to do this whole lot. Please give him a hand. He's riding with us today.
This is the 3rd time that I'm riding, but I can tell you, if you haven't ridden this before, it doesn't get any easier every single year. But to Glenn and Corinne, Family Adventures, and your team, guys, you're going to see how much work they've done to put this event together. So we say thanks to them right now before we even start.
I'm going to ask the Yamaha guys to get ahead now. If we can start lining up on the side here. Enjoy your ride, guys. We'll see you in Standerton. Ride safe, okay?
So the final briefing then from Clerk of the Cause, Glenn Foley from Dirt and Quad magazine. And Glenn joining me in the commentary booth. Record turnout this time around.
Not too bad at all. Considering the economic recession that we're going through at the moment, we were amazed. Recession, yeah, there's supposed to be one of those. Look at that rhino, Dave. Lots of mud in the hole there. We warned them about it. Some dude in a KLR decided to hit it about 700 k's an hour, and all we saw is his handlebar sticking out there. Out of the train that he actually tangled with. But you can see that the puddle's very, very deep indeed. And straight away, a bit of a test for some of these riders on their way to Standerton. Yeah, what we do when we mark these trails, we try and make them as interesting as possible. Coming in and out of Gauteng, obviously, it's kind of flat. It's nothing like Natal, where it's really beautiful mountains and rivers and things. So we try and chuck in a couple of interesting bits and pieces, which tangles the guys up. And the other thing is look at the guy's girlfriend, Dave. What do you think of that, hey? He's from Honda Rustenburg.
I thought it was your girlfriend, actually.
No. He's got it right. And mine talks too much. That one's right.
And then under the railway crossings, basically really following the old road and the old railway down to Natal, I suppose.
Yeah, a lot out of Johannesburg shore. There's not a lot of, open land available to us around Johannesburg. So we do follow the railway lines. But what we've found is, as we get closer to Natal, we've established good relationships with all the farmers and private landowners, and the guys open their lands to us because, you can't ride the whole thing on roads. It's boring as hell.
That's the whole idea. Ride in the dirt, cross the rivers. Chosen to be at this time of the year, so it's just before the main rains actually hit this area. And this river crossing, always quite interesting, one of the tributaries of the Vaal River, actually on the border of the Free State and Gauteng.
Yeah, good fun. Now look here, Dave, we're going through the railway tunnel. This is just near Newcastle. This is old single gauge railway lines on private land, and really, really something to see. A little bit of history that we take in while we're there.
Now you can see from these shots then that these riders are all top notch.
Our guys, what we found is over the years, they've been coming every single year. Look at this guy popping that wheelie over there, Dave. That is style, class.
Is unbelievable, really.
And pizzazz. And, the fact that he can get over there on a KTM, that says a lot.
You always have a go at the KTMs, but I'm amazed at the level of riders. It really does cater for anybody and everybody. This great charity ride. And let's not forget, at the end of the day, it is for charity.
Absolutely, Dave. The idea is, I think what we've done in this is the 5th year we've been doing it. I think we've probably raised in excess of, I don't want to guess, but probably about 4 or 5 million rand for the Quadriplegic Association. Look at this. Oh, there we go.
You
Honda
could
rider.
donate some money to that rider to go for riding lessons, actually.
I think he needs new plastics, Dave. Let's give him some money for that first, eh?
Yeah, and this is the overnight stop at Majuba Lodge, and everybody already seems quite happy to be there.
Yeah, first long one, but I've done many short ones with you.
And what do you think?
It's nice. Organisation brilliant. Venue's good. Hot showers, which is nice.
Food okay?
Food stunning.
Food good, eh?
Brilliant.
How much to go today?
How much?
How far to go today?
250.
250? Nervous?
No.
I want to take your coat, you better enjoy ahead. It looks
Come
like
here,
a
Quickie.
eagle.
I want to ask you what happened.
Hit by quad. Raptor trying to rape you. No, it's quads, yes, two-wheeler. I had always faith. It's my 30th year in a row, and it's fantastic to be a part of this concert.
Inspired by you!
Now, Glenn, I'm sure you want to mention Pick and Pay, seriously involved in this year's charity run.
Yeah, it's great. They really got involved this year. They sent a team. They came riding with us. They donated all sorts of things. And of course, Pick and Pay are intimately involved with the Quadriplegic Association of South Africa. Good to see big corporate companies like that getting involved in social responsibility.
I'm just going through your list. Barlow World, Dirt and Quad, that's a huge company.
Yeah, hey, she's...
Embalella Bosch, Family Adventures Holtz, Aquel, obviously gave you lots to drink, KPMG, Multi-Wrap, all those sort of guys getting involved in this event.
Yeah, look, Dave, what we've managed to do, we managed to snag a few really good sponsors, not in terms of big money, but they really help us out. MAN Trucks are amazing. They send along big vehicles. Watch these guys now, Dave.
Would an MAN truck make it through there?
Well, yes, because they are fantastic. As far as I'm concerned, I know nothing about trucks, but MAN are the best truck on the road. How's that? And that's just because they get involved with this lot.
Cane Cutters, the final destination as you head down right to the seaside.
That's right.
And great to see so many side-by-side quads taking part this time around. And of course the two-wheelers, adventure bikes and dirt bikes.
That's right. In the past, what we've had is a lot of people just say, well, quads for quads, therefore it is only for quads. That's not the case. It's open to bikes, quads, side-by-sides. I myself ride a Kawasaki 450 bike, and guys, this is a fantastic adventure. 4 days of riding through the most beautiful country, as far as I'm concerned, in the world, and I've ridden in a lot of beautiful places.
Well, Glenn, that is why we live in South Africa, because we can do things like this. Imagine trying to do this sort of event overseas. It'd be impossible. And then to the overnight stop before you actually pack it all up and head back all the way to Johannesburg. Unbelievable. And let's not forget, some of the riders are paraplegics as well, doing it both ways. I really take my hat off to them.
Yeah, amazing people, Dave. As you go out here, you're going to head out into the valleys. You're going to go through a lot of the tribal trust land. Really, really beautiful. Pick and Pay very kindly sponsored us with a whole lot of stuff. Prior to the event, we dropped off soccer balls and blankets. We've been to speak to the Indunas, so everybody kind of sees the benefit of an event like this.
They certainly do. We did mention the paraplegic riders are going to ride all the way back to Johannesburg through the bush. Difficult enough, I think, for able-bodied people, Glenn, and then for these guys to do it. I just can't believe it. And the sheer numbers of the event, we've had to speed this up. It'll take all night to show all these bikes.
Yeah, it's quite awesome. I think a lot of the people have made this their own. We've got teams like Team
this
Yellow.
guy, good rider.
Oh, hey, he's a works rider, Dave. Look at this. You should get him to come race for you, man, really.
We should. You were saying, though, that, Glenn, a couple of breakdowns, so you had a backup there?
Yeah, look, you must have seen the figures. Quad sales are down and blah, 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 blah. But what's happening is, sure, the guys might not be buying new motorbikes and quads, but they're riding and using their old machines. So what we found on this trip specifically, a lot of the guys aren't maintaining their bikes and quads correctly. We had quite a few breakdowns. So Manx Motorcycles, certainly, and Loxton's, look at these guys. Hey, Dave, it's a tough ride. For anyone who thinks this is just a wussy ride, guess what? You're in big trouble, boy. But I've got to say thank you right now to Loxton Suzuki and to the guys from Manx Motorcycles, who did such a sterling job keeping everybody on the road.
Back through the river then. Some of the riders, of course, only going from Durban back to Johannesburg. And you can see the river really becoming muddy as 300, 400, 500 bikes and quads come through that section. Of course, when you see the camera, Glenn, you've got to do a wheelie, don't you?
No, absolutely. And the worst part is whenever I try it, I usually fall off, so I try and avoid it as best I can.
And then the mud. I'm always impressed and amazed that these riders can just get themselves so covered in mud and carry on with the ride. And Kitty's taking part as well.
Yeah, no, it's a family event, Dave. It's great. And the nice thing is, when you hit this river, the section before this, it's pretty long and it's very dusty. So the guys get you and it's a bit of an oasis. Jackie Petersen from Kwasa, they're busy waiting for the ride in. And here's someone who I have to mention. This guy is Porter. I haven't got a clue what his actual name is. He rode all the way down. You can see he's got a thing strapped on the back of his DS. All the way down, all the way back again. No backup. He has helped us the whole way along. He's crashed his quad, but man, he's had a big jaw, man.
This Pick n Pay guys really went out of their way for us. And I have to just give him this one fright. He's not going to know what's happening. I'm watching you all the time, people. Thanks, thanks a lot for all you guys.
Takes all sorts of riders. And finally, Glenn, all the way back to rock racing in Brakpan.
Yeah, it's quite an emotional thing. You've just done, some of us have done 1,800 kilometers down to Durbs and back, Ballito and back, and the others who've just ridden the way up. And the really good thing, Dave, when you arrive back at rock racing, all your mates are waiting for you, they say hello, and there's Corrine Andrews getting ready to hand over a substantial check.
That's right, over R1 million being handed over to the Quad Para Association from Corrine Andrews and Glenn Foley. Glenn, well done. Once again, a great event, and I'll take my hat off to all of you.
Well, I want to thank everybody on behalf of Family Adventures, to everybody who got involved. You know, guys, we're always being picked on because we ride bikes and we ride quads, etc. And we're bad people and all that. This is a good thing, and I'd like to ask the motorcycle industry to get more involved in this initiative.
And